Oh, maybe it's on there. Oh, I think it's on Amber's screen, not on mine.
Sorry, were you talking to me? I had muted myself for a second because I had to I had to get it set up to go to YouTube.
I thought something was on my screen and it wasn't.
Okay.
It was confusing.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good?
Okay, cool. Okay, I got it set up, so cool. In a little bit, cool.
Is the sound working? Yeah, I think so.
My goodness.
Oh my goodness, in 1 minute. Can you believe it?
Yeah. We could scooch us.
Welcome to Amber and Gabe's Comedy Club. Are you guys ready for a show? Woo! I love the timing of all the answers. Well, you guys, we have an awesome show for you tonight. Please give it up for your hosts. You know them, you love them, Amber Rello and Gabe Pacheco.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show, TGIF, Amber.
Yeah, TGIF. This show finally makes Fridays mean something again, so that's exciting.
Absolutely. Before we get started with the show tonight, I'd like to say, we've got quite a lovely looking crowd.
You want me to put it in gallery view for you so you can see more people?
I
Look at all those faces.
Well, yeah, you love the faces and I love the living room.
Oh.
I love a chance to spy into everyone else's aquarium.
Well, I like that we're seeing Amelia over here. She's arranging a flower bouquet right now.
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful way to watch a comedy show. Yes. I like it a lot.
Honestly, that feels very zen.
Yeah.
That feels very therapeutic.
Oh my God, and she's got lipstick on while she's doing it too. It's perfect. I applaud you, Amelia. Good job. If you want to, not to you specifically, Amelia, I know you're doing things, but anybody in the audience is welcome to unmute your mics so that we can hear after. That's why we chose Zoom as opposed to any other platform, is so that we could hear people's laughs. Or we can hear if we're bombing, you know?
I chose Zoom because of its data mining.
Yeah, I know.
It's data.
But also it's great to hear people.
It is malware, yes.
However, we have noticed in the past that sometimes people have over-energetic dogs. You know those dogs that barks are bigger than their bites, like a Chihuahua? Some people have dogs that really like attention during the show. So if you know that you have a family member like that just is going to yap and yap and yap, feel free to mute yourself. No biggie.
Yeah, during your sets, maybe I'll mute sometimes. so that people can hear everything.
Right. But we love your laughter, and we love to hear from you. Feel free to chime in. But again, if you're eating something and it's very wet, if you're eating something that's both wet and crunchy, you're allowed to mute yourself during that too.
Yeah, because not everybody likes that sound. Not everybody likes the sound of mastication. I don't like the sound of mastication at all. It's disgusting.
But that was me saying that as a personal courtesy for Amber, because I am into the chewing. Love a chew. That's my ASMR.
It's true. When we were together, he would often have me chew in his ear. And he still asks for me to do it now that we are broken up. And I say, no, boundaries.
That's a little TMI for our new cyber friends. Thank you.
Well, we like to be intimate in this show. We want to get to know you. We're in your houses. So
Yeah.
it's good to be intimate.
Right. So yeah, boundaries are tough during quar. Boundaries are tough. I'm sure that you are if you're stuck with somebody in quarantine right now, I'm sure you probably feel the same way.
Gabe still leaves with the door open. I've said it on multiple shows. He still does it. That's why I keep saying it. I'm trying to shame him publicly. It's not working. It's like, when you rub a dog's nose in it, he just doesn't, he's not listening.
My parents gave me too much self-esteem. So I don't learn lessons.
Well, fair.
I walk through life thinking everybody's just happy to see me.
I know, it's amazing. And I think that serves you in a lot of ways. Like the world interacts with you differently than it interacts with me, because I think, I don't think everybody hates me, but if you like me, I'm very suspicious of you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, a little paranoid, whereas I'll walk down the street with the full mask because I respect the mask wearing, but people just see my eyes shining and they'll start smiling and waving at me from across the street. So
yeah, I walk down the street and people say, fuck you, for no apparent reason.
I've heard her say that.
I wear a mask, to be clear. Like I'm a model citizen, but I don't know. Something about me.
Yeah, they just think you're going to a party or something.
I think, yeah, that may be
Yeah.
it. I don't know what it is, really. Something, I'm obviously doing something wrong, but I'll figure it out one day.
Yeah. Well, this is great. I think we've laid down the ground rules so far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unmic your microphone. We love to hear laughter. If you're going to the bathroom, do mute your microphone. Also, probably turn your camera off, unless if you're
And don't take
Honestly, I am so starved for anything like that if you want to leave the camera on the whole time, who cares?
I don't know. Megan is my sister and digital producer of the show. And if she sees you start to pull down your pants, she probably will turn off your camera out of courtesy to you.
Oh, so here's an anecdote. I don't know if you saw this viral video, but it was a Zoom professional development for, like therapists at a school. And one of the therapists was talking, and then someone in the workshop forgot that they were on the toilet and bathroom without turning their camera off.
Yeah.
And everyone else had to just act like that was, like, I
think what people do, they mute their computer, so they don't hear anything.
Right.
They don't mute their microphone, they've muted their speakers. So they're like, oh, I'm safe now. Mute, but
no, it was like that scene in Naked Gun where Leslie Nielsen goes to the bathroom while the mayor is speaking, and it takes a really, really love that movie.
Oh man, yeah. Well, we've got a full, beautiful room of Zoom audience. Everyone, give a round of applause if you have been to Can I Live before. Yeah, we got our OG. Okay.
Yeah.
And make some noise if you have never been to Can I Live. This is your first time. Yeah, got got some loud newbies too. That's
Yeah, that
good.
means I
They're
can
not
do
shy.
I can do a couple old jokes. Yes.
I thought it was Can I Live? That's why.
Kinda.
I didn't want you to die. That's why I'm here.
Oh, it's both. It's both, Lou. It's a fun double entendre.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can live.
Yeah.
And we can lives. Perfect.
Yeah, this feels good.
Yeah.
Do
Do you want
you-
to get the show started?
I'd love to get the show started.
Okay.
Well, so our first performer tonight hails they hail from the Southwest. I forgot what state he's from. But
I don't know. I don't usually do this part in an intro. You got yourself into this sentence,
I
so
painted
you
my-
can get yourself out.
I painted myself into a corner. This next comic, man, he's actually one of my favorites to see. He's been doing shows. We did a bunch of shows together in New York before this all started, but this is the first time I'll be seeing him on a laptop. Please, a big warm round of applause for Brian Bahi.
What's up? Can you hear me? Is this coming through okay?
Yeah.
Love it. Cool. How is everybody? Happy to be here. Everybody looks great. So exciting. I am quarantined. And which is amazing. Actually, I logged onto the Zoom. It's supposed to start at 9. I logged in at 9:02. And I don't know how this is possible, but I'm constantly running late, even for Zoom meetings. You know, like all I have to do is go from one room to another. Sometimes I just have to move like 2 feet, but I'm still just like, I'll be able to make it on time. I'm really chronically late. That is my biggest vice, I would say. Like I do regularly text people that I'm about 5 minutes away when I'm still very much in my mother's womb. And that's just something that I don't know if I'll ever be able to shake it. A little bit before quarantine, I did, I had, my first threesome, and I was 30 minutes late for that. You know, at that point, it is kind of just like showing up to a movie that already started. You know, like anytime somebody said the name Adam, I had to whisper to the person next to me, "Hey, which one's Adam?" And then he would whisper back, "He died at the beginning." Like, really? I need to start showing up on time. These group sexes are wild. Yeah, I am from the Southwest. I'm from Arizona. Round of applause if you're from Arizona. Anybody?
No, but I love it.
Who said that?
That was me, Sarah.
Hurrah. I don't see you. Oh, Sarah.
Sorry. Oh, sugar plum fairies. I look terrible, but
Yeah, shout
Arizona's
out to
great.
Sarah, you love it? What's your favorite part?
Sedona.
Yes, you know what? I was gonna say, what's your favorite part? Sedona.
You were right.
Sedona's amazing. My parents are quarantined in this little town called Maricopa, which is 20 minutes south of Phoenix. And I like the first few weeks into quarantine, I called my dad and I was like, "Hey, how are you guys doing? What's up?" And he was like, "You know what? I'm doing fine. I'm eating some fresh strawberries, and after that, I'm gonna ride my horse." And he's like an older, retired Native American man. And when he said that, I was like, "How is everybody like in a pandemic, but you're somehow just like living in a romance novel?" Like the kind of like it has a cover that like looks like an oil painting. I didn't ask what he was wearing because I was like, I already know you're probably wearing like a white linen shirt, fully unbuttoned, your wet, smooth chest, and then some like tight leather pants that really like grip your ass, So that's great. I'm really happy that he's doing okay. I do really enjoy. I don't know. This week has been weird, but this week is the first week that I have not like been just like disgustingly horny every waking moment of my life. Round of applause if you're quarantined alone.
Woo!
Woo-hoo.
Shout out to Amy. Shout out to Lou. I am severely alone. But I'm on these gay dating apps, and I'm chatting with people, you know, doing the old trying to make an online connection, I guess. And I think it's funny because like on these gay dating apps, you get to choose what kind of like subgenre of gay you are, and you know, there's like bears, daddies. Geek is a subgenre for some reason. One time I did just to have fun with it, you know, I did select that I was a daddy and only a daddy, and no one liked that. They hated it. They got message after message that was just like, "What makes you think you're a daddy?" And I would just respond, and I would be like, "I don't know, the fact that I have like 3 kids I love. Does that make me a daddy in your eyes now?" I don't know. I do. You can't see me, but just based on everything you've heard so far, do you think I qualify as a twink?
We can see you.
I heard one tiny there's no right or wrong answer for that. And I'm just kind of trying to get the some feedback on that. I do think that like I've had a lot of time to just like try to figure out like what is my type, you know, what is my type? And I think I'm pretty sure I've narrowed it down. My type is a man who has a job and his job title sounds like a wish I would make when I would throw a coin in a wishing well. Like if somebody's job title is like an interior designer for dog hotels, you're the one. You're the one. If somebody's like, I'm a photographer, but I'm somehow independently wealthy, I'm like, yep, that's for me. Okay, I am Native American, which is pretty cool. When people find that out about me, they're like, do you have a traditional Native American name like Crazy Horse or Sitting Bull or something like that? And I'm like, no, I don't. But if I did have one, it would be Chipotle Bathroom Code. That's very much my vibe. I was also thinking about, you know, as when I was alone, I did think that like, I was like, what? I was thinking about the ones who potentially got away. And one who did get away was, I was doing some comedy in Burlington, Vermont, and I did hook up with this one Wiccan. And I knew going into it that he was a Wiccan. And I was like, you know what? Why not? I did. And then when I got to his apartment, it was like he was very much a Wiccan, you know, like his walls were purple, and he had a bunch of like very old looking leather bound books like on his nightstand. And but also I did see there was casually, just for some reason it struck me as very casual, there was just a handgun on the table in his kitchen, just like next to unopened mail. And I was like, hold on. I didn't know Wiccans owned guns. But even upon seeing that gun, I was like, being a Wiccan is still the scariest part of the, like, is more terrifying. Because in my head, I'm like, what? I don't really know what a Wiccan does. You know, I'm like, wait, do they worship the devil? Do they not? but I do know what guns do. I do know the end result. It's very A to B, straightforward. But Wiccans, there's just so many possibilities, and I'm like, is he gonna steal my soul? Is he not gonna steal my soul? Which is why it's crazy. I do feel very uncomfortable. I think so I went over to his place. So I'm very much a traveler in these hookup situations. Like there's like two types of gays. There's like gays that hook, gays that travel, and when you host, you kind of just wait for the person to come to you. When you travel, you like go. You kind of just show up on some guy's doorstep, very much like an Amazon package, you know. And what's worrisome about traveling is that at the end of the hookup, there's no delicate way to say this, but like you end up leaving your semen in that guy's apartment, you know, in his possession. It's his to lose at that point. And knowing what we know about forensics in 2020, I'm like, I'm shocked that more horny gay men aren't wrongfully convicted of crimes they haven't committed, you know? I'm like, last summer was a hot girl summer, and there's plenty of evidence. Okay. Cool. All right. I think that's my time, everybody. Thank you so much.
Everyone. Oh my gosh. Brian, how did you get the pink glow that you have?
I have a red light bulb in my bedroom now.
I love
Who's
it.
worshiping the devil now?
It's my personality.
I love it. Also, I did want to let everyone know Megan is putting all the comics, not people, the comics information. She won't put audience's information in the chat. But comics information like their Instagram, their Twitter, their Venmo. We know like you all paid to get to the show, and we love you. And all of that money is being donated to COVID Bailout NYC, which is awesome. But if you see a particular comedian that you really like, a joke that you just were like, damn, that one was good. You can like literally make it rain on the comedians by Venmoing them while they are on stage. It's fun, it's interactive. And also they're like, most of them I think have changed their screen name on Zoom to their Venmo handle, so it's even easier. Very smart. But are you guys ready for your next comedian?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's one of my favorites to watch on the town, on the scene. I can't remember what state he's from, actually. No, he's from DC. You guys have already seen him. You love him. Please give a warm welcome to Gabe Pacheco.
Oh yeah, showbiz. You got to sell the sizzle. Thank you, Amber, for introducing me. It's great to see everybody here again. Big news since last week. I have a job now, not to brag. I am working now as an educator on Zoom. I'm teaching on Zoom. And there's nothing better than 30 to 75 eager children on Zoom. Just fidgeting the whole time, and little kids are kind of like second graders are like boomers on Zoom because they're still like on Zoom like my dad is on Zoom. You know what I mean? It's awesome. It's awesome. They never put anything on mute, and they let you know exactly how they're feeling the whole time. You know, they're like, I need juice. Like just no filter, like I'm itchy, and I'm like, this is happening in my house. And I feel so much safer though now in the pandemic being on Zoom teaching, because here, let me break it down. Like I'm lucky I get to teach theater, and I was teaching improv about 3 weeks before this started with a bunch of fourth graders, like little cute, like little fourth graders, like, they're not really that big, you don't touch them like that, but like, they're little fourth graders. And we were all after school. It was my first day in this after school class teaching improv. And in the middle of it, an alarm went off and the lights started blinking, and the kids all looked up at me and they were like, Gabe, that's an active shooter drill. Oh, and I was like, what? Like, I'd never had that happen before. So now they all run past me into the closet. They almost knock me over. Now I look at them and I try to get in the closet too. And they're like, no, Gabe. No, it's not for you, Gabe. It's for you. And I was like, I just met these kids? How rude. Like, they're not gonna let me get it. They're like, Gabe, you need to go barricade the door. You need to barricade the door, Gabe. What? Like, I might have to catch a bullet for you and I have to move furniture? Like, this is... So here I am in this classroom pushing this desk in front of the door. And they're all like, that's right, put your back into it. Put your back into it. And I don't know if you've been in a school recently, but the protocol is when an alarm like this goes off, if you're an adult in the hallway, you're supposed to hop into the first room with other people. Now, I just said this is my first day in the building, right? So I don't know anybody, and I'm trying to keep strangers out. And this person I've never met before is like, hey, buddy, hey, let me in there. Me, with you, and the kids. Trust. I was like, yo, I don't know you. Like, I just saw Bird Box. You know what I mean? That person could be one of the Looney Tunes. How am I supposed to verify if this person is okay? Right? I've got to go back into the closet and grab the closest fourth grader and hold them up to the window like a barcode scanner. Like, that's the librarian, Gabe. All right, get in here, Krabappel. Now, let me paint a picture of this harrowing situation. It's just me, a part-time improv teacher, and this other non-essential staff member. And we're supposed to keep America's future safe? What? Like, what type of training do I have to stop an active shooter? Like level 1 and 2 UCB? Like, if somebody came in with a gun, I'd be like, oh, I have a suggestion. Don't shoot like that. You know? And all I'm armed with are not 1, but 2 inhalers. Right. Not only am I theatrically trained, but I'm also asthmatic. Like, if a lunatic came in with a weapon, my only defense would be pulling out my inhalers, like, shake, like, hopefully blind them in a cloud of Primatine mist, you know, and then yell at the librarian to strangle them from behind with their glasses chain. Like it takes teamwork to make the dream work, you know. But yeah, it all worked out. I was Captain America before this. I was the last line of defense, keeping those kids safe. Yes, a former theater kid acting as a human shield. I don't even, you know, the thing is like, we really do have to get gun control handled after this whole thing, because if somebody came in, they wouldn't even need a gun to take me out. I don't think anybody in this room would be shocked or surprised if I told you I was allergic to peanuts. I feel like everything about this look just screams anaphylactic shock. Like, if some unhinged psychopath came in, all they would need is a bag of Planters. Melting. Oh yeah. So. Yes.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, you're frozen. Oh,
And teaching improv.
you froze.
Okay, good.
With real kids.
You're
Somebody
frozen like Elsa.
wrote-
Maybe
Well, I don't know. You need to personally develop yourself.
Uh-oh.
I'm addicted to the Duolingo. And
Just keeping on going.
Now
Yes or not?
It was funny because he was talking about improv.
What happened?
Picture is fabulous, though.
I know that coat.
Oh,
Naturally to her how to do it.
what happened, friends?
You cut out.
Stu,
Froze right after telling us about
Hey,
the
Gabe.
Sure.
What
you
did
died by peanuts.
Died by peanuts, and that was it.
And it was
Oh
like
my
someone
God.
took peanuts off the Zoom.
Forget the peanuts. Here's what's important. We're all trying to learn and self-develop during quarantine. I'm sure of it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm doing the Duolingo. That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking, might as well, the United States empire is crumbling, so I might as well learn a new language. And, I thought Chinese, but I'm American, so I don't have the educational background to learn Chinese. Figured, why not learn Spanish? It's easier. And I figure that's a pretty good investment in time, because all probability is going to be that Cuba creates the vaccine, and they'll happily be in their empire once they give it to us. I love the Duolingo. I know some Spanish, but I'd like to leave quarantine with the ability to read Cervantes books in the mother tongue with a proper lisp, or if not read those books, at least watch the YouTube summaries of the books in the mother tongue. So this has been great. We've had a good time here tonight, and I'm out of time, but I love seeing you every week, and hopefully I'll see you again next week.
You're going for Gabe Pacheco, everyone. Oh my gosh, you guys got to see a very pretty picture of me during his set. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, that was great.
I'm sorry, you did great. I didn't know, because I didn't see, so I wasn't able to troubleshoot, but it looks like we got back on.
Yeah,
so
we're doing great.
perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we have more awesome, hilarious comedians, so let's keep the show rolling. Oh my God, before we do, I just want to say hi to my Manhattan Beach family. Their picture wasn't up before, but now they are. Oh, I love seeing you all there together. I can't wait to see you there soon in person. Yeah. Woo! Oh my gosh, and now it's like early enough for you. It's perfect. So yeah, let's keep the show rolling.
Let's do it. Okay, coming up next is our very good friend of the show, the one and only Sarah Hartshorn.
Hi! Oh my God! This is so exciting. People, hi! It's so good to see you. Oh man, Amber. Well, first of all, Amber, you look so cute. I love that turtleneck, and your hair looks very good. Yeah, it looks like you've been like doing it.
I second that.
Amazing. It looks very good. Also love a mock neck. You were talking about how like that flush video, someone in the Supreme Court flushed. I feel like Zoom has just been a very fun MTV True Life version of Everybody Poops, you know? Like we get to see that. It's so fun. I don't know. I'm very lucky because I get to work from home, and my husband can work from home. And we like each other, so that's good. Like that's a blessing and a half. He does do this really weird thing though. So we both work from home. He gets up in the morning, and he sits down, and then he works like all day. And then at the end of the day, he like gets up and stops working. Like he should be studying, right? That's very weird, right? Like we're not doing that, right? No one else is just focusing or okay. I'm sure I'll write King Lear any second. I have found a really exciting new passion to pursue in quarantine that I've been really like just attacking from all angles. I've been putting pudding on my cat's noses, which I really can't recommend enough. Like if you have a cat, get some pudding, put it on their nose. Not a joke. It's just my passion. What I'm doing. They're so mad at me. They're so mad. Before that, I feel like our pets were like, "Oh, you finally started listening to us. Thank you so much. Thank you. We wanted you home all of the time, and now you are." But I did leave the house, and I interacted with some people today. I went to the protests for George Floyd, for the killing of George Floyd today down in Foley Square, and it was very intense. And there was a cop who was playing this recording like over and over. He was just blaring it, and it was threatening to charge us with violating New York penal codes. And like I wasn't supposed to laugh, but like he said penal code like a lot. Like I'm just supposed to act like he didn't. And like not tell him that I'm sure his penal code has disappointed everyone he's ever been. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like not like I don't know. I haven't been around people. I don't know how that, you know what I mean? I can't just like be fucking did not. All right. Yeah. I do but other than today, it's just been me and my husband. And like I said, we do still like each other, we're very lucky. We are in an open marriage, which doesn't mean anything now. Closed right on up and just pinched that, whoop. I think some of my married friends are like happy about that. They're like, oh, now you just have to sleep with your husband like the rest of us. And it's like, we didn't sleep with other people because we didn't like sleeping with each other. Like we slept with other people because we had dysfunctional childhoods. You know what I mean? Like that's what that's about. Like I still like. I don't know. I had a weird childhood. Like Brian, you're from Arizona. My grandmother lived in Arizona. Her name was Morningstar. Like when you're a kid, yeah. My family's very advanced. Like both my grandparents were married 5 times. My grandmother's last marriage was to a nudist named Elijah. And she often said, she's like, right, but I don't count it because it's only official in Mexico. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of woman she was. But it's when you're a kid, you don't know that your childhood is weird, right? Because it's all you know. And it's only when you get older and you see other people's reactions, right? Like there were so many times when I would have a conversation where I would be like, oh, my grandmother lived in Arizona. And they'd be like, where? And I'd be like, oh, the Cochise Stronghold. And they'd be like, oh, you can't live in the Cochise Stronghold. And I'd be like, you can if you're in a bus. I hear it. Hear it. It's weird. It's weird. She lived in a bus. She sold acid out of kids. That's what she did, you know? It's fine. You know, and it's funny because I had a weird childhood, but I was also like I was a weird kid. I'm what's known in the industry as a spooky bitch. Yeah, like you can't really see because it's just this, but like it's a Lane Bryant reboot of The Craft. Does that make sense? Like that's the aesthetic we're bringing. Okay, like deep into Crystal, you know, like hard. And so like I don't know, and I became a spooky bitch the old-fashioned way by being a creepy child, right? I earned it, you know. Like it's hashtag witch vibes on Instagram, but like I terrified my mom, you know. Like, talk to me. It's not my. I didn't mean to. It's not my fault. Here's what happened. I would wake up in the middle of the night from a nightmare, like you do when you're a kid. And I would go to my mom's room. Way, I would forget the dream. I would lose confidence. Maybe I don't have to wake her up. She would wake up to me staring at her like this. She never murdered me. But that's why I feel like, I don't know, I think I don't have kids, but I feel like you have to have more than one, because when you have one, it's like the stages of owning a cat. You know what I mean? You get a cat and you're like, you're the weirdest cat in the world. And then you get another cat and you're like, oh, all cats are weird, right? Like that with kids. You have a kid and you're like, oh my God, this little fucking freak. And then you have another kid and you're like, oh, all kids are freaks. You know, my parents, I'm an only child. So my parents were just like, why is she, you know, listening to the same song over and over again? Like, why, you know, doesn't she want to take a bath sometimes? Why does she like turn to our friends and say, don't worry, when I was 18, I had the same exact problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like kids stuff, like normal kids stuff. Really normal kid stuff. I'm looking at my notes. Oh, Brian, you were talking about threesomes. That's fun. I've only had one threesome, but I've watched a lot of them. Right? We're all watching a lot of porn, right? I saw someone tweet like, I don't even watch porn anymore. I just watch videos of people hugging. And I was like, yeah, me too. But I've never had a threesome with a penis. I've only, because I used to be gay, and I still am as well. That's how that works. So I just, when I peruse a video of a threesome, I'm always confused when there's a penis and like the guy comes and then it's just over. Because like a threesome with three cis women, like it's never over. You know what I mean? Like, what are we done? No, we can keep, like, it's like, you know, those friendships where you don't see each other for years and then you connect and it's exactly like it always was. Like, that's what lesbian threesomes are like. Like, I'm still in it, technically. Some level, it's still happening. I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Give it up for your host. This was so much fun. This was amazing. Thank you. And all the things. I have an OnlyFans. If you want to follow me there, do all. Thank you.
Yeah, keep it going for Sarah Hartshorn.
Oh, yeah. So cool.
So fun.
Yeah.
I love watching that. She's awesome. And then like right before her last joke, we're next to the window that's next to the street, and a car drove by blasting, do you think you're better off alone?
Just appropriate. What a
well, like you are alone in your couple now. Connection. But yeah, let's keep the show going.
Well, this next performer is big on TikTok.
Yeah, he's really inspired me to get on TikTok. I was on his Insta Live show last night. It's always fun to watch, and I used to perform with him all the time at the Lantern when we, used to go outside and perform in front of crowds. But Pete, please go a warm welcome to our friend and yours, Freddie G.
I'm happy to be here. Great. Yeah, I have an OnlyFans as well. Yeah, just my parents. Yeah, I'm not naked on there. They've already seen that. Amazing. Yeah, I forgot all my jokes. Just looking at people's living rooms, or rooms, whatever. People have living rooms. Jane is bragging about her hardwood floors, Jane Ives.
Oh.
And is that a collection of fans or computers or speakers? You have a lot of electronics behind you.
Those?
Very good.
Oh no, they're weights because I'm very buff.
Weights. Oh man.
Oh.
I do have weights. We've never been
Yeah.
used. Yeah, we're in it. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Oh, it doesn't let you scroll. Spotlight. Okay, there was other people. Yeah. Maria. Okay, it's not loading, but Maria, you guys look really comfortable, and you have pictures of yourselves behind you, which is good. Forget what you look like. A lot of good couples out there. Good stuff for people. I'm married, quarantined with a wife. Yeah, our marriage is quite closed. Yeah, we're not even allowed to have sex with each other. That's the most closed. No, it's great. We get along well. I gotta say that I'm married early in the set because my vibe is either married or currently building a wife. So that's a good point, actually. The sex robots, there's gonna be a big upgrade in sex robot technology over this quarantine. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anything that people do when they're lonely, okay, that's just true. I'm investing in it. That's just a hot stock tip. My wife is very attractive. I think she's better looking than 75% of women. Pretty good for me. I'm only better looking than 60% of redheaded Jews. I knew I wasn't gonna be attractive when I was 12 because my mom sat me down and told me. She said, "Fred, your body's gonna be changing, and soon it goes to be really attracted to your friend Jonathan." Did you mean to say me? She's like, I did mean to say you, but that Jonathan, he sure is handsome. You don't look anything like him. This has been embarrassing. Please get on with the sex talk. Fred, this wasn't the sex talk. I didn't think you'd be needing that for another 10 years. I did prove her wrong. It took 12. I was watching Divorce Court. We got any divorce? Clap if you're a Divorce Court fan. No, well, it's there. It's out there. Yeah, I think there's many shows. I know there's too many Divorce Court shows because they are running out of married couples. This couple on Divorce Court was not married, which is good, though, because the whole point of these shows is for the female judge to yell at the dude. So them not being married, that's even another thing to yell at him about. In fact, most of the episode was her convincing the couple to get married. And that would not happen. I would not have stood for that, okay? If a Divorce Court judge told me to get married, I'd be like, you were doing the opposite of what a Divorce Court judge should do. I am the judge now. Yeah, that would not be good. You've been catching up with the reality TV. Watched that Marie Kondo. Got any Marie Kondo fans out there? I need to see your house. People don't even know her. Here's the thing with her. She's cheating, okay? Now, she's legally not allowed to call the show cleaning because these houses are way too clean. We put the show on, beginning of the episode. My wife was like, they're already much cleaner than we are. And that is completely accurate. Yeah, they are way too clean. She needs to step it up. She needs to go on Hoarders. Her method makes no sense on Hoarders. Because if you ask a hoarder if their possessions bring them joy, yes, every newspaper from 1975 in my house brings me an infinite amount of joy. Yeah, they would then just decide. The hoarders would then not let her leave. Yeah, it would turn into a kidnapping. That is dumb. I am quite. Yeah, I've lost a bunch of weight. Yeah, I've actually. Yeah, I'll brag. I lost 50 pounds in the year before the quarantine. Have not gained any weight back, and I'm 85 pounds down. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank God. It is. Yeah, I picked the right or the wrong year to be sober. I'll say the right year. I quit drinking, which makes it easier to stay home. Don't need to obtain beer. You drank a lot. Yeah, my beer. I had a good 18 years of drinking beer. Favorite type of beer was milk stout. Milk stout was also my skin color and body type. I've lost the weight. The wife calls me skim milk. Technically healthier, but quite unsatisfying. Many of my jokes are just insulting things my wife has said. We did one of those DNA tests after we got married. I got back 104% Jewish. Pretty weird because I hadn't sent them any DNA. I just asked if the price was negotiable. So big mistake I made in the weight loss. We'll skip that part. Yeah, the way my parents' marriage did not go as well as mine is going. Yeah, we've been together 6 years. Oh, it's gonna be 7 soon. Oh, that'll be sad in quarantine. Yeah, that quarantine anniversary. Well, it won't be sad. The problem is my first anniversary, Robin Williams died on my first anniversary, so it's already just now it's always now. So like whatever. Okay, good. I said that. Yeah, my parents' marriage not great. Yeah, they got divorced when I was 13. Then they got back together right after I went to college. That means they were lying when they said it wasn't my fault. We got any Air Bud fans out there? Air Bud, yeah, good time to watch Air Bud. I mean, I'm annoying with that movie because I start poking holes in it. I'm like, really? Let me see the rule book. Yeah, if I was a film critic when that movie came out, I'd be like, the rule book really doesn't say that. You got to mail me that rule book. I'm going to go through the fine-tooth comb. Also, the problem is, it's 8-year-old kids he's playing against. He's a fully grown dog, okay? Adults are not allowed in children's basketball leagues. But it didn't stop it. Air Bud, it's not just a movie. It's a movie franchise. There are 10 sequels to Air Bud. That's right, 11 Air Bud movies. Only 12 Star Trek movies. That means if there's one more Air Bud movie, we will have Air Bud conventions. Very excited for that. Air Bud, yeah. Oh, you're not, you can't dress as Air Bud. You got to bring your dog. If you dress as Air Bud, then they send you to the furry convention. You got to keep those things separated. For sure. Yeah, not, like I said, not as much fooling around with the wife. People ask how we keep the sex fresh. Do I look like the sex was ever fresh? This is an accurate map of Europe in 1915, halfway through World War. I pointed correctly. World War I. Okay, this is not a guy who's great at sex. We go once a week. We're about once a week. So sex for me is like football. Happens once a week, and my wife keeps telling me how boring it is. Yeah. My sex drive has been going down though since I turned 30. So I found this supplement. It increased my sex drive, but it is called Pine Pollen. So it works, completely works, but the name means that I'm admitting that I have less testosterone than a pine tree. Things get very awkward around Christmas time. So the Pine Pollen, it's doubled my sex drive. Okay, I'm now capable of having sex twice a week, but the wife would still like to stick to once a week. Okay, that made it worth it. Yeah, that was worth it. That was better than sex. Yeah. Now it's a little dated because it involves like walking around outside, without a mask. So Google Maps. No matter how far you're going, it will give you walking directions. I've noticed this. They haven't changed it even during the quarantine. If you look up New York to Boston, what do you call it? And it's a 5-hour train ride or a 3-day walk. Not sure which one of those I'm going to do. Google. Yeah, I got 3 days to spare. Now, if the walk's over a day, they will adjust slightly and they give the walking icon a stick. Yes, Google. If I find the right stick, I can walk for 3 days straight. Now, they'll let you walk anywhere, though. Like, if you want to go to Fairbanks, Alaska, you can go there, 57-day walk. They don't tell you to bring a backup stick, but I'll say that, yeah. Backup stick for that one. The Canadian border's closed. They don't care. Yeah, you tell them Google Maps sent you get in. They don't. No problem at all. On territory. 57-day walk. No warnings either. They're there's no warning. So when you get there, you may be in a different time zone. Google, I'll be dead before I get to New Jersey. I'm in Queens, New York, by the way. Did not say that, but yeah. Now, they also should look at me like, not only am I not in good shape, I'm just thinner. I'm still in as bad shape as I ever was. But I'm Jewish. We're slow at the long walks, okay? We tried to walk from Egypt to Israel. Took us 40 years. Google Maps says that's a cool 4 days. So if you use that same scale, then to get to Fairbanks, Alaska, that's 570 years it would take me, which still seems a little bit low. Guys, thanks so much. Yeah, I'm Orange Fridge on all the platforms, including TikTok. There's plenty of comedy out there. It's not just hot people dancing. When you need a break from that, you go to me. Thanks a lot, guys. Freddie J.
Yes. Download TikTok so you can follow Freddie G's exploding and meteoric rise. A TikTok influencer. One more time, Freddie G, the #1. And now, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, my co-host, the one and only Amber Ross.
Thanks for having me. Hey everyone, I think it's pretty obvious that Gabe has never been on TikTok ever. So I think he knows what he's, I mean, Freddie is great, but Gabe also has never been on TikTok. Warning you. Sarah said earlier that my hair looks great and that it looks like I've been doing it. I just don't know if she saw this side of my hair and like this, the way the brown is, like all the way up to here. And also, I just wanted to make sure I said that so that my hairdresser knows that I am not cheating on her. It made me tense when you asked that. I was like, no, I swear I didn't do anything. I didn't. The other day, I was on a Zoom brunch with my girl Chelsea, and I was talking to her. I think she's here tonight too, Chelsea. Woo woo! But we were talking about how we both haven't done anything to our hair and haven't bleached it and aren't sure what we're gonna do exactly. And as I was talking to her, my hairdresser texted me and said, have you been bleaching your hair? And if so, what have you been using? And I was like, oh my God. Are you watching me? What is going on? It really scared me into not doing it. I was just looking at those like overlay mermaid colors and now overtone, not doing it because I know that Abby is gonna get me. Shout out to Abby's clients. I think yeah. Gabe talked a little bit about gun control beforehand. I have a plan for gun control that I think is just weird enough to work. We're gonna have to wait until we can get into groups again. But I think that if you want to buy a gun, you should have to sit down with your family and play an entire game of life, right? Because if you can get through that, then I trust you and your emotional level. But if you can't, if you throw it, if you flip the table, you cannot buy a gun. No, because you know what that says, right? That says, if I can't enjoy life, no one can. I always have to apologize after that. Not because of like life and death joke, but because of the pun. I have been also doing Duolingo. I learned Spanish, and I just wish that you could personalize it for the things that you individually need to learn. Like for me, I need less lessons on how to say sorry and more lessons on how to say no. I know it's the same word, but please keep telling me how to do it. I also, Gabe was talking about how if a person came in with a gun, his only recourse would be using the little inhaler. And it reminded me of a woman in Minneapolis. Did you guys see the woman who was on a scooter who got, yeah. Some people are already laughing, but there was this woman on a scooter and she was stabbing people that were coming out of Target. And
oh God.
Yeah, it was awful. I mean, there was, the riots were going on. She was stabbing people. And then she got hit with she got sprayed with a fire extinguisher. And we're like, oh my God, this poor woman. She's on like a rascal scooter. She's disabled. She's elderly. It later came out that she both could walk and she was 30. Yeah. So, and I know like 30 is very young.
Yeah.
right? But it is old enough to know not to bring a knife to a fire extinguisher fight. Known better. There's a lot of new lessons that we need to learn in all of this. Masks are a thing that we're learning how to deal with. Just a quick tip, if you are going to wear a mask, remember to brush your teeth. Don't, it's like a personal Dutch oven. I don't know that from personal experience. My breath is always fresh. I'm just saying other people have told me this happens. And that doesn't mean don't wear a mask. Like, definitely wear a mask. I am in Brooklyn in the center of the pandemic, and I go outside and people are still not wearing masks. And it's like mind-blowing to me because they're not even cute. What exactly are you showing off? You know? We should all be model citizens at this time. And by that, I mean have perfect bone structure. If you're not going to wear a mask and you go outside, you should ask yourself the question, am I cute enough to die for? If you want, wear a mask. And if you are, send me nudes. I am currently living with my ex-fiance. If you're not cute enough to die for. I am quarantined with my ex-fiance. We're in a railroad apartment in Brooklyn. We have a rice paper boundary partition in between our two sides of the apartment. We're practicing boundaries, but like I said, he still pees with the door open. So we're practicing. But I have my own issues. The other day, I did come into his room without knocking, and I saw him naked. Also, the other day, I came into his room and got mad at him for a Facebook post that he didn't write. So still figuring out where we are, you know? We started a podcast together because we just wanted to add an extra layer of tension. Living with your ex-fiance in a pandemic wasn't enough. We needed to add something else, something extra. Yeah. And yeah, it's been fun. People are listening, our friends are listening. They're like, oh my God, are they gonna get back together? Like, look, they like smile at each other. Like, will they, won't they? Are they gonna get back together? And it's like, spoiler alert, we won't. This Subaru doesn't have a reverse, if you know what I'm saying. I'm not dating men anymore. There is like, oh, I got that reference. Which
I'm
Gabe
being
is totally
chipped, so
okay.
I'm muted, but I got you.
Oh, that is the best reason to be broken up with. I literally could do nothing about it. Keep telling myself that, man. I do hope we're all taking this seriously and staying inside. I mean, it's not really going to affect us like young hot people, but we have to stay inside for our parents, right? We have to stay inside for our parents. Well, not my parents. My parents are dead already. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't Corona. This was a long time ago, but I'm very sorry for your loss of my parents just now. I talk about being an orphan on stage a lot, on my futon. I talk about being an orphan because people get uncomfortable, but I feel like you should be used to us by now. Like, orphans are everywhere. We're in movies, all the fairy tales, all the comic books. Think about it. Cinderella, Harry Potter, Batman. Gave me unrealistic expectations growing up. Thought I was going to be a princess or have magical powers or enough money to buy magical powers. Same on that. So yes, I am still staying inside because, like all orphans, I am a hero. That's how it works. Your parents die, they give you a cape. Suddenly, I'm I don't know if you guys heard, but Batman was recently canceled. Yeah, he got canceled because he refuses to update PPE. Part of his face uncovered. That's the only part of your face that you need to cover, but he refuses. I'm like, oh my God, typical billionaire, you know? I just want to say before we get to the rest of the show, I do advocate for redistributing the wealth. Yes, and by redistribute the wealth, I of course mean eat the rich.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You guys have been a lot of fun. Let's welcome back to the stage Gabe Pacheco.
Hey.
We got 2 more comedians for you guys tonight. Do you guys have it in you for 2 more?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Well, wonderful. This next performer, we just did a show with her recently. So cool. Really, I can't wait to see her on our show. Put your hands together for the one, the only
Ilhan Ali.
Hey, hi everybody. As
Yeah.
you can see, there are dishes in the background. I didn't realize this was going to zoom into my face. Don't worry, this is a feminist home. My boyfriend did them. I was recently in a Zoom high school like reunion type thing. It was just as awful as it sounds. This girl was like, and it was at 2 a.m. so I don't really know why it was then. Like this girl just dropped a Zoom link in the group chat from my 10-year high school reunion that I didn't go to. I actually ghosted. I told everybody I was going to be there and then I didn't go. I was supposed to be one of the main organizers of the high school reunion. They even like sent me a Venmo request for $30 to like get this decoration. And I was like, at the last minute, I was like, fuck you bitches. You were never nice to me anyway. You balloons. I'm not showing up. And I declined a Venmo request that my boyfriend sent me, and he told me that it alerts the person. So I was wondering why this girl Ashley deleted me, and it's probably because I was like, I never saw your Venmo request, and I totally. But while I was in this like reunion thing, this kid who I didn't recognize, I honestly think none of us knew who he was, but like nobody wanted to be like, who are you? Like, name was John, but like that's not descriptive either. Like, and somebody was like, Ilhan, you're from Ethiopia, right? And I was like, close. I'm Somalian. Thanks for being in the same continent for one. Yes. And this kid jumps in out of nowhere and he's like, Somalia? Fuck yeah, dude. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. What? It's almost as bad as the time I told somebody I was from Somalia and they were like, oh yeah, like the capital of India. This was at a comedy show and he was pretty drunk, so I tried to give him a pass and like walk away, but he was persistent and he was like, no, like, okay, it's in Africa now, but like, what are you talking about? Just leave me alone. I know Amber was talking about being an orphan, and everybody in the audience, I turned on gallery view when she started that joke so I could look at all your faces, by the way. Because I too am an orphan, and whenever I make jokes about being an orphan, people are always like, should I laugh? Like, and when she makes the jokes and nobody knows me in the audience, like, and I laugh, a few people like look at each other like, who the fuck is laughing? I almost laughed louder, but I was like, contain yourself. But like, it would be cool if my mom was like here for quarantine time, because she always thought white people stood too close to each other, and she would be in her glory right now. Anytime we went somewhere, she'd be like, "Enhance, scoot closer." They're standing close to each other again. So, she'd be totally in her glory. She also told me not to trust white boys, and now I live with one. I'm standing real close to him. Speaking of sex, because that was a sex joke. Recently told it's rude to ask what time it is during sex. If you're just genuinely curious because you have to give the dog his medicine, it's just not good timing. I'm a sexpert now. Another thing I've learned that'll get you very far is also very rude to laugh with a dick in your mouth. If you like look up and you're like, oh my god, this is what they look like, what somebody looks like. Eye contact just makes me laugh. Like, even if somebody's eating a lollipop and they stare at me, I'm gonna laugh. It's just I'm an awkward person, which comes off as me being a bitch sometimes because somebody will start talking to me and I'll just walk away because I don't know what else to say. And they're like, I was just talking about my grandma. She's dead. And I'm like, so she doesn't know I'm being rude. Making it weird. Or when, like, I call a lot of people all the time. It's just my thing. All my friends here are like, yeah, she calls me. If they don't answer, I'm not going to, like, annoy them about it. Just one specific friend that I annoy who's making a weird face right now, but I don't like it when I miss somebody's call and I'm watching them call me because I'm ignoring them. And they text me and they go, I called you. I know. Like, unless you're over the age of 60, don't leave me a voicemail with your name in it. So I know who the fuck you are. Text me that you called me. I know, I saw it. I know the world's like politically divided right now, but I feel like we can all come together to fight something. And like now might be the time for us to do it as one. I feel like I can grab some people in this audience to fight it with me. We should get rid of white boy reggae. It's just, we don't need it anymore. I'm sick and tired of going to these shows and they're singing every little thing's gonna be all right. It's maybe for you. Like, oh, Trevor, where are your shoes? Why does it smell in here? I'm riding a Range Rover. Can't you? I don't know. I was really nervous at a reggae show once because I was surrounded by white people and that's not what I expected. It was my first ever one and I was like, where's Bob Marley? I also like didn't know he was dead, but that's another story. And some lady handed me lavender and was like, here, you can have this thing of lavender and use it for when you get nervous, but it had no directions. And it was like concentrated oil, lavender. And I'm at this outdoor reggae party and I'm like, I'm nervous, so I put it on my body. You know? And I'm like, and everyone's like, okay, try to do the same dance moves as me. And I'm like, wow, my skin is like on fire. Oh, no, the only direction I got was to relax, which like I already wasn't doing. So like, fuck you, Dandelion or whatever her name was. I don't know. I hate the state of Ohio. Okay. I just hate it. I didn't have like an exact reason to hate it, but then I went to it and I was like, yep. I was right about this state. And I only went there to see if I was right about it. Just kidding. To see Neil Gaiman. But anyway, I was driving, well, I don't drive. I was in a car in a Lyft and we're like stopped at a light and I looked over at this church. They're everywhere in Ohio. It's like 7-Elevens. I looked over and it said, rest in peace, Earl, in like these tiny letters. And then right underneath it, in huge letters, it was like, don't forget Zumba Monday at 6 p.m. Fuck Earl. Like, why can't Earl get that same font? Like, I don't know. I wanted to call them and be like, how dare you? But I felt like Earl was a racist. I can't, like, Earl, don't come haunt my house. I'm not going to talk about Earl anymore. Stuck in my house all the time. I keep seeing a lot of people online posting about like their engagements and like their canceled weddings. And a friend of mine was supposed to get married and her wedding got canceled because of Corona. And I saw another friend share it, like her post, and be like, I'm so sad that got canceled. I'm like, why didn't I see that post? And I went and clicked and like, we weren't friends anymore. And I was like, what did I do? I know I did something because I shit post on the internet. So like, and my one friend was like, Ilhan, you don't remember what you said under her engagement ring photo? And I was like, I don't remember. She sent me the screenshot and I went through this phase where I was watching a lot of The Hobbit and The Ring.
Oh.
And I commented, nice ring, but is it the one ring to rule them all? And apparently she took offense to that. She didn't get my joke. She's a loser, and that's why her wedding is canceled. But I'm gonna leave you with this. It's just a fact. Please don't research it or try to debate me, but just keep your eyes out. If you see an adult wearing a Minions shirt or posting about the Minions, they definitely kiss their cousin on the mouth.
Yeah.
There we are. There we are. Hey.
So,
So fun.
yeah. I like Minions t-shirts.
Yeah.
I love sending people Minions texts. Little Minions.
Do you kiss your cousin?
Like little, you like stout and like fat. You like little
Yeah.
compact little like
With
yeah.
goggles on.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Shots fired. I know that you've told me before that you are not into cousin kissing.
Not at all.
Yeah. And I told you that your family must not be cute. It's not true.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. The Pacheco's beautiful family.
They have
Best
good looking.
eyebrows in the business.
We do have power eyebrows.
It's true. I'm very jealous.
So we are coming close to the end. We've got well, before we go though, everybody that bought tickets, thank you. We're going to be donating to COVID Bailout, which is so important. COVID Bailout NYC.
Yeah.
Because yeah, there's a lot going on right now. A lot of people are getting arrested, especially during this time. We want to keep people out of jails. We're and away from
Good idea.
I mean, yeah, if you guys don't know, COVID Bailout NYC, they're bailing people out of NYC jails that can't afford bail on their own. And they were doing this before because COVID is spreading faster in NYC jails than anywhere in the world, and the court system is closed. So if you can't afford bail, you're just stuck there in this horrifying situation indefinitely. And now, with like the protests that I 100% support, people are getting arrested, so they're going to need more help. So anything that you can afford and give to them, and even just coming to this show and donating is awesome because they're going to need help. So definitely follow them and like retweet and repost the things they do. They're really cool. Really, really love them. Don't have a joke about it. They're just great.
But very excited for our final performer tonight. You may know him from 30 Rock. He's a good friend. He's done a lot of shows with us in the past, live. Not on Zoom. This is the first time I'm going to see him on Zoom.
Yeah.
Very excited. Please, a warm round of applause for Judah
Judah
Friedlander.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Gabe, Amber. Amazing job. Amber, thank you for being here and stepping in when Gabe has really dropped the ball. Thank you. Thank you. I hope everybody's healthy. Hope everybody's safe. I was actually sick for a little while. I was sick for a little while. It wasn't Corona. It was Zika. And I'm always a disease behind. I just want to get the current epidemic that's trendy, that's in the now, and that's just cool, you know. So I'm hoping someday to make that happen. Well, there's a lot of blame going around about the nation's response to the pandemic. Who do you think? Let me hear everybody. Who do you think's to blame the most? Who gets the most blame? What do you think? My opinion.
Trump.
No, my opinion. We gotta blame Hollywood. Specifically, Tom Hanks. Nobody was getting coronavirus before Tom Hanks makes the big announcement that he's got coronavirus. Now, look, I get it. Tom Hanks seems like a nice guy. He's popular. People want to be like him. Tom Hanks does something, everyone else wants to do that. Now, I don't think he means bad. I just think he's too influential. If you look at it, for decades, he's been causing a lot of problems. Go back to 1984. He put out the movie Bachelor Party. Before 1984, men never got married. Now, I never got married in the 1980s, but I did start throwing bachelor parties 2 to 6 times a week. Now, comics, you probably know this. In 1988, Tom Hanks had another big influence with one of his movies called Punchline, where he played a stand-up comic. And right after Punchline came out, the comedy boom happened. Clubs opened up everywhere in the country. Everyone wanted to be a stand-up comic. It's because of this. And he came out with a film called Big, where he played a little kid who got big. And I've noticed ever since that movie came out, I've seen these little kids, and every year they get bigger. And I never saw that happen. And then you go to his next film, Saving Private Ryan. Before Saving Private Ryan movie came out, the USA had never been to war, including the war that film's based on. The USA wasn't even a part of it. Why was he trying to save Private Ryan? He's private. He wants to be left alone. Leave him the fuck alone, Tom Hanks. We gotta impeach Tom Hanks. Look, the country's doing great. The country's doing great. Anyone who wants COVID-19 can get COVID-19. Now, a lot of controversy out there. Gabe, Amber, you know this, a lot of controversy. Some people say the USA does not have enough face masks. I disagree. I think we have too many faces. Gonna have to get some people to get rid of their face. We need facial elimination surgery. Now, my opinion, and something I've noticed, is that the people that refuse to wear face masks are the same people whose faces I do not want to look at. Only good-looking people don't have to wear face masks. I think that's the amount. Now, we don't have enough face masks, but we do thankfully have enough body bags, or as I call it, body bags. When you're dead in a body bag, you're safe. You're not going to get COVID. I want to give a big shout out to everybody who's in graves who are keeping a perfect 6-foot distance. Now, your opinion, let me hear from everybody. Which country do you think has had the best response so far to the pandemic?
New Zealand. New Zealand.
New
for
Zealand?
Sure. Yeah.
New Zealand? Okay.
Yeah.
My opinion, North Korea. No cases in North Korea. North Korea has been self-quarantining for decades. They were so far ahead of the curve They never had a curve to flex. I think we got to go full dictatorship. It's the only way. I mean, seriously, we're going to listen to scientists, the nerds. We're going to let them run things. The quarterbacks and the cheerleaders in charge, which is what America's all about. Now I've noticed, and you've probably seen on the news too, a lot of long lines for food, miles long. People in their cars, on foot, lining up for food in America. You don't see that in Germany. You don't see that in South Korea. And why is that? It's because America has the best tasting food. South Korea, awful food. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. And our nurses have sometimes been caught wearing garbage bags out there. Not in Germany or South Korea. And why is that? It's because our nurses are not superficial. Okay, they're down to earth, salt of the earth people. You don't want to intimidate the patients. Now, who's the most prepared for this coronavirus? Who's the most prepared? My opinion, the turtle, born with a mask on its back. Its body can retract into. The turtles are slow, but they're safe. A lot of these other countries, I mean, just pick which one you want. So many of them have health care, and not in America. And why is that? It's because our government doesn't want to kill people's incentive to stay healthy. Okay, we're the healthiest country. I mean, these other countries, no incentive to live, really, just none. Now, any questions? I actually just created a vaccine, Gabe. I created a vaccine, not for Corona, for capitalism. It's going to be mandatory. It only costs $25,000 per person, per shot, and you have to get 3 shots every other month. Do that. Look, the USA is early to late stage capitalism, and I'm okay with that. We're ready. We're ready for anything. Now, what are you guys doing after the show tonight? Who's going to hit the streets and fuck it up tonight? I'm ready to Let's do it. Let's break the quarantine. Let's get out there. That's how you get your exercise. Beating up a cop burns a lot of calories. Now, it's a little, I'm having a little bit of a difficult time. I live in a pre-war apartment, which means it was built 800,000 years ago. For the wars. Now, I might have to be, question. Let's talk about some big issues out there, because I might have to be president someday. Prostitution, should we legalize it?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Mandatory. Everybody get a good night's sleep, stretch out, lube up, get ready to get back to When I am president, I am going to decriminalize sex work. And I am going to criminalize any sex that is not. Having sex for fun and for free, that's socialism. Police brutality, one of the biggest problems plaguing this nation. I think police brutality would decline if cops were forced to wear more sexually provocative uniforms. Like, nope, I'm not going to try to arrest that person. I tackle him, my nutsack pops out. I'm not doing it. I'm staying in the vehicle. My gun isn't matching my thong. I've lost my confidence. I quit. I'm off. Their homophobia against them. Not a final solution, but a small step in the right direction. Thanks so much for having me on this show. This is a great cause. Gabe, Amber, excellent work. Megan, excellent. Everybody, really solid work. Maria Golovina, I didn't interrupt the two of you because I wasn't sure if sex was going on. I want to impose. I know it's, you got to do what you got to do. Thanks so much, everybody. Say hi to me online. Stay safe. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Right? How was that? I would vote for Judah if he ran for president.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's the best. Also, he's got a special out you can check out. It's on Netflix. So,
So good.
World's greatest.
World champ.
World champ.
World champ.
The
Yeah.
champion of the world.
Yes.
Not so bad though. We're not so bad ourselves.
No.
You know?
I wouldn't call. I can't call myself a world champ yet, but one day I will come for that title.
Sure, we're like Greenpoint champs. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, follow Judah. Thank you all so much for coming. And we do this show every, Friday?
You still don't
We do it every Friday. 9 p.m.
Eastern time.
Eastern time. And so that's much earlier Pacific time. You guys
Six-
can 6 o'clock. You can check us out while the sun is still out in California. Yeah, and Judah's album his special is America is the greatest country in the United States.
Right, Sasha.
And you should follow me on Instagram at GabePac1. Gabe PAC1. I love that.
Yeah.
That way I'll know that you care.
And me too. Amber C. Rollo. But I think most of you already follow me. That was brag. I'm sorry. We love you all. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh, wait.
Take a picture of them.
I'm trying. Oh, we're leaving already. Hell yeah. Okay, got him. Okay, cool.
Bye, Amber. Bye, Gabe. Thank you. Bye, everybody that came.
Woo! I don't know when to leave.
That was so much fun. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Judah.
Yeah, come hang out with us at 8:30 next week. We always party for half an hour beforehand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you guys, you're in Brooklyn, you said?
Yeah, Greenpoint. Yeah.
Where in Greenpoint are you?
Right next to the Nassau G.
Oh, great.
Nassau
Yeah,
Manhattan.
I know it. I know it. I lived on Humboldt and Nassau in the 90s.
Oh wow. Back
Yeah.
when you really had to know Polish.
Yeah, it was like 97% Polish, probably 2% Italian, and then 1% other back then. Yeah.
It's still very Polish. I mean, people still come up to me in the grocery store and speak Polish to me.
Do you have any Polish heritage or no?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm
Yeah,
Italian.
there's a lot's closed over there, the Polish places, but they still have a few good spots over there.
Yeah, our landlord's Polish, and he used to run a meat shop downstairs, and now he just reopened it like right
Is
before.
it Steve's?
Yeah, Steve's.
That's the best in the city, Steve's Meat Market.
That's our-
That's
that's our
great.
landlord.
That closed for a couple years. Yeah, I went there all the time, and for the holidays, I would always get stuff there. Get their I'll type it on here. Veselna, if anyone's in New York, the Veselna. If you eat meat, that is. I don't want to piss people off if they don't eat meat. I understand. Actually, they spell with a W. Veselna. Kielbasa. That's their best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve also,
What's the
when I
place
told him
called
that I was
again?
a performer,
I'll do it. Steve's Meat Market.
Steve showed me all of these.
That's
Yeah. Showed me these newspaper clippings of himself in an ethnic Polish band. He used to
Oh, yeah.
play like accordion or
yeah, sure. Yeah.
play like a folk. He was
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
folk.
My mom's Croatian American, so it's a little similar, the food and yeah, my mom's dad played in a band like that. You know, he played guitar, but yeah, all the traditional folk song stuff. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I thought he would be mad when I like brought my drums in. There's only his son is the only one who lives above us. There's no one else in the building. But he was really excited because yeah, he used to be in a band and
That's so cool.
squeeze box.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, they also have homemade double smoked bacon there. That's
Wow.
That sounds
unbelievable
so
if you eat that.
good.
Yeah, if you eat the meat, it's great stuff. And they even yeah, that's great. That's good news. It opened. I was sad when that closed. That's great.
Yeah.
So cool.
So Amber, that's the meat that you're always saying you smell when it comes.
Yeah, there is like a big like pipe right next to my window, and it's where the smoke from the meat shop comes up.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
Double smoked bacon.
That's incredible.
You can smell the double smoked.
I am the double smoked bacon. It's right
Hell
next to
yeah.
my bedroom windows.
That's amazing. That is so cool.
That
Wow.
kielbasa.
Yeah.
What a dream. What a
Heard of Jurassic bacon. So I don't eat meat right now, but my husband we just started getting this new breakfast spot that's called Jurassic, and they have this thing called Jurassic bacon. Like it's something that's everywhere.
Is it a vegan version?
No, it's not. That's why I don't eat it. Mark does.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's apparently I think that he's saying it's called Jurassic pork. He's correcting me from the kitchen
Oh.
over. But it's like bacon, but it's covered in syrup and brown sugar and then fried. Is that right?
Fuck yeah.
That's
So try making that yourself. Oh, it's like really thick cut bacon also.
That's
Yeah.
respectable.
Wow.
That's how you get diabetes and become like me.
Hey, to each their own,
Yes.
it's,
No, I mean, I'm a big fan of the diabetes club. So
Okay.
I welcome all diabetics to our club.
okay.
yeah, not even just type 1. You're open to all types.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
comfortable shoes in the game.
Yeah, I don't know. Should I be taking insulin? Maybe. I don't know.
Only if you're
Maybe
type
I
1.
should.
I'm type
You know
1.
what Trump asked recently?
Maybe I should. Who knows?
What,
guy.
Gabe? How many of those books have you read?
I've read probably a quarter of them.
That's pretty good. No, that's pretty good.
Some of mine too.
I buy more books than I read. I wish I read them more, but yeah.
Well,
I read an article that people like to use bookshelves in their Zoom backgrounds because it makes them appear intellectual.
Look,
yeah. Well,
it works.
Part of it is that. Another part is aspiration. Like, I think that I will read them. And what I've had to do since smartphones have come out really is I put my timer on now. And so I just try to read for 20 minutes without checking the phone. And after that, that's all it takes to get into the momentum.
That's great. That's smart.
That's what I do too. I have like an app that grows a tree, and then if you look at your phone, it kills the tree. It's really effective.
Like a
What's
little,
that app called?
What is that called?
It's called Presently, and you can like buy different trees if you like you earn coins and then you buy more trees. But right now I just have all flowers. I'm very much in the flower vibe these days.
That is
So yeah, it's super helpful.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
Amber, it says it's a gratitude journal.
Oh, cool. I love
Oh,
gratitude lists.
Amber really.
Oh, that's the wrong app. I apologize. Presently is my gratitude journal. Forest is the app for the trees. My bad.